Mike Curtis,
Here.
Amber Brown,
Here.
Jerry Sartain,
Here.
Joe Machado, Gary Farley, Renee Curtis, Zane Cantrell. We have a quorum.
Move to be approved, Mr. Chairman.
Mike Curtis,
Yes.
Amber Brown,
Yes.
Jerry Sartain,
Yes.
Renee Curtis, Zane Cantrell.
Thank you. Application 2023-11, filed by the City of Murfreesboro, involves the location at 3481 Halls Hill Pike, and they're requesting special exception for the establishment of a 285-foot communications tower upon the property located in the RM district. And the site itself is already developed. Consolidated Utility owns the property, and it's already developed by a water storage tank. And the city would like to locate an emergency communications tower on the northern portion of this property. The acreage of the property is 4.02 acres, and the proposed improvements also include a 12 by 24 equipment shelter with an external backup generator. And I just want to bring your attention to the area description that was in your staff report. It referenced Eagleville. That was a cut and paste error. I have corrected it on the one online, but your staff reports probably still show that. You can see that the area is developed with agricultural and rural lands. There's not too many homes nearby. In fact, I think the nearest home we measured via GIS was over 1,000 feet from the tower. And the tower will require FAA approval due to its height, and the BZA can require that approval to be submitted as part of any approval it makes. And so the need for this tower is it's part of a 5-tower plan. Once the tower is installed, a complete loop between all tower sites will be completed. So this is just more photos of the site. We did post the sign on the property, and I did not receive any calls, but I think one was received after I came over here tonight, and someone had indicated that they had concerns regarding the tower. And so this is a site plan showing the location of the tower site in comparison to the location of the water tank. And this is the compound site plan. And this will have to go through site plan approval, so the Planning Commission will see this as well. And we included a tower elevation, so you can see that it's a lattice-style tower, and the fencing that's going to surround the compound. And that concludes our presentation.
Okay, do we have anyone here representing this request? If you'll come around, please, to the podium. Just give us your name and any additional information that you want to share with us.
Where would we turn it on at?
It should be up there.
Now, see if that.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. My name is Bill Terry. I'm the Public Safety IT Manager for the City of Murfreesboro. If I could, I'll give you just a little background. In 2012, the City Council approved a radio system upgrade and construction of 4 radio towers for the city. We built towers on the north, south, east, and central part of the city. The one place that we were lacking was the east side. Unfortunately, the city did not own property on the east side of town that was conducive for a radio tower. During that time period, we began discussion with CUD on potentially co-locating on their property. They had a need for some radio infrastructure as well and a use for a tower. So it was kind of a win-win situation for both. We moved on to 2017. City Council approved a digital radio system upgrade for the city. During that time, the city and CUD began the legal proceedings to put together a joint use agreement. In 2019-2020, Rutherford County approached the city and we partnershiped on the radio system. So currently the system is, currently it's now a 9-tower site. The city has 4 towers. The county had 5 on the fringe of the county to cover the outlying areas. We finalized the agreement with CUD in 21 and began the proceedings to get FAA approval, FCC approval, which we have received both on that. Currently, all of City of Murfreesboro Public Safety, Police, and Fire are on this radio system. Rutherford County Sheriff's Office, EMS, EMA, and the fire department's on the radio system. Middle Tennessee Electric is on the radio system, and MTSU is in the process of programming radios to be on the system as well. So it'll encompass pretty much everybody in Rutherford County. Laverne has our frequencies in their radios. So we're trying to make this to be a county-wide system. This particular tower fills a coverage gap that we had on that east side of town, and mainly for the county's sake more than the city. However, this tower will provide us with some additional in-building coverage for MTSU. Murfreesboro Fire does respond to MTSU in the building, so we felt it was imperative to try to up that in-building coverage where we can. We have our project manager from Motorola with us tonight, as well as Chief Bowen. So if there are any questions that we can answer, we would be happy to do so.
Do we have any questions? You did a good job. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, sir.
We'll open this for a public hearing for anyone who'd like to speak on this request. Close the public hearing.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve this with staff comments, as it is a vital portion of the public safety process for Rutherford County.
We have a second over here.
Second.
Nay, somebody. Okay. Yeah, I think this is really a good idea, good move, and that's an ideal place out there for it as well. We have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mike Curtis.
Yes.
Amber Brown.
Yes.
Jerry Sartain.
Yes.
Renee Curtis.
Yes.
Zane Cantrell.
Yes. Next item we have is a request by Jamie Hughes, who is requesting a special exemption for a major home business. This is auto repair. What do you have on that, please?
Thank you. Application 2023-12 involves the property located at 680 West Jefferson Pike. They are requesting special exception approval for the establishment of a major home-based business involving auto repair upon a property located in the RM district. So the property is comprised of 2 parcels, and the total acreage is 12.8. And the surrounding area includes single-family homes as well as a mini storage facility located to the north of the property that shares that property line, so you can see. You also have some commercial zoning. This is like a convenience store and gas station along West Jefferson Pike. So there's a blend of commercial and residential uses in this area. And the applicant would like to relocate their current business, which is located at 4001 Manson Pike. Based on rising operating expenses, they would like to utilize an existing 40 by 60 structure on their property and conduct business operations there. The applicant plans to be open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30, and they are not proposing any additional employees. And we've not received any phone calls regarding this request, and no one has indicated opposition. The applicant looks like they have arrangements with various services to take care of oil pickup and debris. And staff found that the structure itself, we measured, and it was about 200 plus feet from the nearest home. So we posted the sign on the property. This is the structure here with the red roof that will be used for the auto repair business. Now, the applicant didn't indicate a maximum number of client cars that would be stored there, so that might be a question that the board would like to ask. And you can see their home. Now, if the applicant is successful with this request, they would be required to combine the two parcels so that the home-based business is on the same parcel as the single-family home. And so these are just surrounding aerial photographs from pictometry and just a location. And you can, did you have some questions?
Yeah, I was looking, the long driveway that's the house that's?
This
Yes.
is the home, and then behind the home you have the structure that the business will take place in.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was a house. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Danielle, I'm also curious, is there buffering behind that, the structure that they want to use?
The applicant indicates that there's a tree line. The board can request additional. Some of these pictures mostly, now this one may have been taken in late winter, early spring, but you can see that there are trees along the rear property line and along the side property boundaries. And we found that the request met the conditions for a major home-based business, and that concludes our presentation. Yes, sir.
Do we have anyone here representing this? If you'll come around, please. Give us your name and any additional information you want to share, and then there'll probably be some questions here.
I'm Jamie Hughes, and I have the existing business, and I'm wanting to downsize, and the rent has gotten so high that I can barely make the rent to keep up with, because I'm just a one-man shop. So I'm not wanting to make it any bigger or grow any. I just want to do a little work at home and make enough to survive.
So home-based businesses are not to be seen. What's up? How many cars do you think you're going to have outside your shop?
The most would be 10, I would think. And I could put up a fence to hide every one of those.
Isn't there a limit, like 3?
Will you be the only person working on the vehicles?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I've got a question. How many cars can fit within that structure?
Inside?
Yes.
I'm thinking three or four.
So you would keep 3 inside and then an additional 10 on the outside?
No, wouldn't want to do that many. Maybe 3 outside. I probably don't want that many cars. I mean, it is my home, so I don't want it to.
Yeah, because that then becomes the concern, is that it
Right.
can kind of give that junkyard appearance, and
Not
we
gonna
don't
be a
want that to
junkyard
be the
appearance.
case in a residential area. But thank you.
This type of work is scheduled. It was scheduled, and people just don't drive up. And
Yes, sir.
how about signage? You did mention you wanted signage.
I thought about it, but I may not. It just depends on if I can make enough money to survive.
Okay. You may not out there. Any other questions? Thank you. You may be seated. I'm sorry, Renee, did you?
That's just a clarification. So if this is granted, this goes with the deed? The special, will it go with the deed? Will it change the usage forever? So anything, if he sells his place, then can, whatever that meets the criteria that he had can go in there. Right, yeah. So, just to be clear, he could sell it to another auto body or whatever that would fit it, once we approve the, okay.
I'm not going anywhere.
Thank you.
Hey, everything's for sale, honey.
We'll open this for a public hearing now. If anyone would like to speak on this request, if you'll come around to the podium. Give us your name and go ahead and make your statement.
Stuart Holloman. I'm at 4819 Arnold Drive. I'm directly behind the shop. I've known them for years, and they're good people, and we've talked in depth about it, and I trust them to do the right thing to take care of us as neighbors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Close the public hearing. We have a motion on this.
I make a motion for approval with staff's comments, please.
Second.
Outside storage, we had a little discussion here. Outside storage, what are we thinking? There's no limit currently. What we do want to avoid is anything looking like a junkyard. So, I don't know. He's saying 3 in and 10 out, but he says that'll never happen. However, if we say 3 in and 3 out, is that doable?
Let's get a motion on the floor and then.
Okay.
Oh, I thought she
Well,
made a motion.
I need to add to the motion, right, for the limit of the cars.
Make a motion to be approved. Okay, we
approved.
have a second here. All right, now,
Now I can add the 3 and 3. 3 in, 3 out. Stipulation is it now?
what do you
Does that
say?
need to be added to the
Be
motion?
amended.
Yep, Ms. Curtis, so what I would do if I were you, I would make a motion to amend
Okay.
what you just did, and it's to require that, or place a limitation that there can be 3 vehicles that he's working on inside, and also 3 vehicles on the outside. That have to be seconded and voted upon, that amendment, and there can be discussion, and if that's passed, then you still have to vote on the overall package a second time.
Okay.
Okay,
Right? Yes, right. So I'd like to amend the recommendations with staff's approval, recommendations and the 3 in, 3 out vehicle limit, please.
Amber, do you have something to say?
But we need a
Request.
second first, and I will offer that second.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Amber, and then we'll get Mike.
So I'm just offering the second, that's all, sir.
I just have a point of clarity. Is there parking or like any, or is it just grass outside of that structure? Because I'm just wondering if the cars are just going to be parked in the grass or if there's an actual parking area for these cars. No, okay.
Well, there is parking in front of the building there, if you see, and
Okay.
probably.
Okay, thank you. Because, I mean, in my mind, if it's just wide open greenery area, it's just given junkyard to me where it's just going to be stacked all over. But if you're going to be adding some more gravel to kind of make it look a little bit more clean, I'm all for it. But thank you.
Well, if it gets to be a problem, we can always come back and say, we need some gravel here. Any other comments? All right, we have a motion, we have a second. Call a roll, please.
Mike Curtis,
Yes.
Amber Brown,
Yes.
Jerry Sartain,
Yes.
Renee Curtis,
Yes.
Zane Cantrell.
Yes. Good luck out there.
Chairman?
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, just if I may, that vote was on the amendment. So now you've got an amended motion before the body, so you'll take the last vote on the full package right now.
So we need another.
Just one more roll call vote.
Okay, we got that, and we got a second. Call the roll again, please.
Mike Curtis,
Yes.
Amber Brown,
Yes.
Jerry Sartain,
No.
Renee Curtis,
Yes.
Zane Cantrell.
Yes. Is that enough, Nick? All right, that's all we have today. You have anything else?
No, sir.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.